right, Danny? Yes. Okay, very good.
Liam Neeson's son Daniel is in his dad's corner. Amid rumors, Liam and Pamela Anderson may be more than just co-stars.
People are just dying for the chemistry between you two. The kiss at the London premiere, recreating the Titanic. Oh, we were so close.
Yeah, so close.
We're pros.
Pros who know how to dance around a topic just enough to ask, are Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson actually dating?
Explosive moment on live TV changed the story forever. Daniel Nissan just revealed a claim about Pamela Anderson that upends everything we thought about his dad's new romance. What he said was more than a simple, yes, it hinted at a secret Pamela may have been hiding from the world, and the tiny slip he made about her past will blow your mind.
Did you know that? You're a friend for life.
Great.
Yeah, we're friends for life.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
What you did mention was that you were so excited for this promo tour together, and you were so excited. I heard it might have gone a little viral, Pamela.
Really?
And we really bonded. We really fell madly in love.
But the biggest shock comes later, so hold tight as we lay out the verified timeline step by step to make sense of this messy tale. On August 3rd, 2025, Daniel Niss appeared on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and the guests that night were his father Liam and Pamela Anderson promoting The Naked Gun. Daniel sat in the studio audience when Andy turned to him and asked about his father's relationship, and what Daniel did next had Pamela covering her mouth in surprise. Watch this moment closely because it explains everything. Before Andy even finished the question, Daniel's hand shot up with an enthusiastic thumbs up, and his voice sounded confident and protective as he answered. The crowd burst into laughter and applause, but Pamela did not look shocked. She looked relieved, like she had been holding her breath, waiting for public approval. A single split-second interaction gives away what was really happening behind the smiles. While Liam was answering Andy about their chemistry, Daniel and Pamela shared a knowing look, and Daniel gave Pamela the smallest nod, like they were sharing a private joke or secret. That tiny move proves their bond was more than polite small talk and offers a window into private moments most people do not see. Remember this moment because it rewrites what came before and after, and it will make the other public gestures much clearer to you.
Pam even captioned this premiere pic, "Love is in the air."
This was not Daniel's first public sign of support. On Instagram, he has been quick to like and comment on Pamela's posts about his father. On August 1st, 2025, when Pamela posted romantic photos with Liam to mark the Naked Gun release, Daniel replied within hours using fire and white heart emojis. On July 30th, he liked and commented early on her "Love is in the air" post with premiere photos, and those fast responses kept happening again and again.
But I always feel like I have to get better at just my confidence in getting into a room and thinking, oh no, I can be here, but he really put me at ease.
Most celebrity children stay neutral online about their parents' relationships, but Daniel's fast and steady engagement suggests something deeper and more personal. A pattern of quick likes and public emojis is small on its face, but when repeated it can signal comfort, acceptance, and even affection in ways that words do not, and that becomes important when you see the public scenes that followed. And the next 24 hours prove social media was only the start of a bigger story, and that online signs can match real-life behavior when families move quickly and deliberately.
Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, they're here.
What?
Last night I watched The Naked. Did they just kiss?
The pair leaned all in on today, holding hands and staging a makeout. Watch what happened when Craig Melvin asked them blank.
You're both single right now. Are you two an item?
Craig.
What?
Craig.
I don't understand the question.
We discovered we had a lovely budding chemistry.
Yeah.
As two actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are clearly having fun.
Family integration moved faster than most would expect, and the July 28th NYC premiere lays that out clearly. Both families posed together for official photos, and the young men stood next to each other laughing naturally with no awkward posing. Their parents stood behind them relaxed and at ease, and that relaxed vibe came through in multiple images and videos. Brandon and Dylan Lee stood next to Michelle and Daniel Niss in those shots, and all four young men laughed naturally with no awkward posing and no forced smiles, which made the whole scene look genuine and warm.
Real deal, or just for publicity? A source tells People magazine it's a budding romance and it's clear they're smitten with each other.
You want it to be real, don't you? These are two immensely charismatic people who are also incredibly kind, and I'm not surprised they enjoy each other's company.
It really is a non-manufactured chemistry. It seems very genuine.
Entertainment Weekly noted that the family photo came just weeks after People confirmed the romance on July 29th, with sources saying, "It's clear they're smitten with each other." That public confirmation by People gave the story a firm anchor and made the family images look less like a chance meeting and more like a deliberate step to show unity and acceptance. For context, most celebrity couples wait months or even years before bringing children together publicly, and Pamela's past relationships never reach this level of family blending so quickly, which makes this situation stand out even more. That quick public blending of families is rare for celebrity couples, and it stands out because Pamela's past relationships never reach this level of integration so fast.
A ready persona.
She's great in the movie.
Yeah.
She's terrific.
There's some real chemistry there.
I guess if you can have chemistry there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're so close.
Yeah, so close.
We're pros.
It was really so much fun to go to work every day.
The red carpet footage holds a tiny telling moment that matters. When photographers called for family shots, Pamela stepped back for a beat to let Liam and his sons take the spotlight first, and that small courtesy showed she respected the family structure and seemed to want to honor the kids' moment. Daniel's reaction to that gesture tells us so much about what went on behind closed doors and why he might step forward publicly as he did and offer open support in a crowded studio. But there is one more piece of evidence that makes Daniel's green light make perfect sense. On August 1st, 2025, Jolie Richardson left 7 red heart emojis on Pamela's Instagram post with no caption, just the hearts. And for those who know Natasha Richardson's place in the Nissan family, that was read as an important sign of approval and a public blessing from Natasha's relatives.
What was your first impression of each other? What do you remember about meeting for the first time?
Pamela, how about you?
He was very tall. No.
Her spirit. And she's a giggler like me. I love her. Oh, this is nice. Let's not mold this. Let's just let it breathe.
This matters because Natasha's legacy is woven into the family's history, and a gesture from her sister carries emotional weight and public meaning at the same time, and that helps explain the fast acceptance by other friends in the circle. Andy Cohen added further weight to the support on July 30th when he praised Pamela and compared her to Natasha, saying, "Natasha was a dear friend of mine. I and all of the friends in this circle are very much excited and supportive of whatever this is." His words made Pamela seem familiar to the inner circle, and that comparison helps explain why Daniel may have felt comfortable giving immediate public approval. Now look at how the relationship unfolded during filming to see where the bond started to grow. Liam and Pamela first met while working on the Naked Gun reboot in Atlanta in spring 2024, and by October 2024, Liam was telling People magazine, "With Pamela, first off, I'm madly in love with her. She's just terrific to work with. I can't compliment her enough." That quote stands out because it shows early strong feelings and helps build the timeline for their bond. During filming, reports say Pamela baked sourdough bread cookies and muffins for Liam and left them in his dressing room as kind gestures, and they kept what she called professionally romantic dinners with assistants present to keep boundaries during production. Those small daily acts like baking and sharing food can create private bonds that grow into romance over time, and they show a quieter side of the relationship away from the flash of cameras. The romance rumors erupted on July 22nd, 2025 at the London premiere when Pamela planted a kiss on Liam's cheek in a way that looked more than friendly, and the photo felt territorial and bold, and that image spread fast across social media and news outlets.
But I do just want to say, as a very old friend of yours, all of your friends are very much standing this relationship. Just want to say that.
Aww. At the Berlin premiere on July 24th, they were photographed staring at each other like teens at prom, and those images made people notice the chemistry in a new and public way. But what Daniel saw behind the scenes may be the most telling detail of all. Sources close to the family say Pamela was already joining private family events, holiday dinners, and quiet meals away from cameras, And if that is accurate, it explains why Daniel was so comfortable with her and so ready to endorse the match publicly and enthusiastically. This next part matters because Daniel rarely breaks his pattern of privacy about his father's life. After Natasha's death in 2009, Daniel and his brother carefully guarded their father's privacy, and Daniel rarely comments on personal matters, focusing instead on his own career as an actor and producer. For him to shift and give an open public endorsement marks a major change that points to real acceptance inside the home. At the Watch What Happens Live taping, Daniel did not offer a tentative nod. He was enthusiastic, confident, and quick, and that reaction looks like a real seal of approval and a departure from his usual silence. This public support speaks volumes about how quickly the family seemed to accept Pamela and how strong the private connections may be. Still, questions remain about whether this blessing will hold under intense scrutiny, and time will tell if the family can withstand the media pressure and public attention without pulling back. Will Daniel's fast public approval last when reporters press for details, or will the family circle tighten and choose privacy once again and keep their private moments away from cameras?
Liam Neeson and Pamela.
Yes! They hard launched on the carpet.
They've hard launched.
That's phenomenal pop culture knowledge.
If love has found their way into that relationship, God bless them both. Leave them the alone and let them like each other.
Keep in mind the full picture is built from many small moments that add up like a mosaic, and this tiny on-air nod, the quick social media support, the rapid family integration, and the Richardson reaction, all combine to explain Daniel's behavior and give us a new way to read the Watch What Happens Live moment and what it revealed about their private ties. Watch the story as it continues to unfold, because the verified timeline we laid out here shifts how every public moment looks, and why that split second at the taping matters more than anyone expected. New photos and clips will surface, and each small moment can change the way we read the whole story. Explosive new angle on the timeline shows Daniel has been watching this closely, and it matters more than you think. The career shift Pamela Anderson is making lines up exactly with when her relationship with Liam was starting to grow. Pamela earned her first Golden Globe nod for The Last Showgirl in January 2025, and that came as her romance with Liam was taking shape. Entertainment Weekly says she has been turning down certain roles and choosing work more carefully as she reshapes her public image. Variety notes the offers she gets now are more refined and serious than before. The Hollywood Reporter even says the industry view of her has moved from Baywatch star to a respected actress. Daniel works in the same business, so he would notice how big that change really is. Daniel's public support means more than family approval. At 28 years old, he has built his own career in entertainment as an actor and a producer, and people listen when he speaks. When Daniel gave his green light on national TV, he was vouching for Pamela's character to many people who work in the industry. This was not casual praise, this was a strategic show of support from someone who could lose a lot if he was wrong. Look at the body language in their public moments, and you see something different from past dramas. At the July 24th Berlin premiere, cameras caught Daniel and Pamela talking off to the side with real smiles and easy laughter. They did not seem stiff or awkward at all. At Watch What Happens Live, Daniel's face showed no doubt before he answered Andy's question. His reaction was instant and full of real enthusiasm, which is not the same as polite applause or a staged moment. Now, the twist insiders are claiming is this. Sources say Pamela has been working on herself privately by going to therapy and learning new ways to relate to others. If true, Daniel would have seen this change during family gatherings and quiet times away from cameras. Compare that to Pamela's past partnerships, which often played out in tabloids with loud fights and dramatic endings. Her relationship with Tommy Lee had public violence and a tragic end while she held their baby. Her history with Kid Rock was a fast, intense fling and a quick split. Her brief marriages to Rick Salomon were short and rocky, with a later 2014 attempt that also failed. Her relationship with Dan Hayhurst in 2020 felt safe at first, but by early 2022 she had moved on. The pattern for years was intense, starts followed by public drama and breakup. With Liam, things look different, and Daniel has seen it up close. The moments between Liam and Pamela were private, calm, and focused on family, not on headlines. Their public shows were controlled, and the family photos showed warmth, not performance. Remember that knowing look and small nod at the taping. It was not politeness, it was a quiet sign they had already talked about family issues and Natasha's memory, and what a place Pamela would have in their lives. That nod was Daniel's silent way of saying she earned their trust through real effort and respect. After that taping, Daniel stayed involved in the interview, laughing, clapping, and showing clear happiness for them. When Pamela touched Liam's lips with lip balm on camera, Daniel smiled and applauded, which tells you his approval was sincere, not staged. The seal of approval from Daniel is more than a thumbs up, it reads as confidence in their future together. Now, another claim sources are making is that Pamela showed a rare act for her dating past. Reportedly, she honored Natasha's memory with respect rather than trying to compete with it, and that moved members of the family and friends. In the past, Pamela could be jealous and possessive and want to be the center of attention, but sources say she handled Liam's late wife's memory with care and curiosity, which would be a major shift in how she approaches relationships. Even Jamie Lee Curtis reacted emotionally about the romance, and her words carry weight. In an August 2025 interview, Curtis said, "If love has found its way into that relationship, God bless them both, because both of them have had hardship, and they're both beautiful human beings." That strong support from a co-worker adds another voice to the circle of approval. Add Andy Cohen's public backing, Jolie Richardson's 7 red hearts, and Daniel's open enthusiasm, and you see a wide net of support from both industry people and family friends. When so many people who knew Natasha are supportive of it, suggests this could be something solid and lasting. There is also the age angle people discuss loudly in the press. Liam is 73, and Pamela is 58, which some experts say can actually help a relationship at this stage of life. An expert like Dr. Helen Fisher has said people later in life often avoid games and make clearer choices about commitment, and that makes sense to those close to the pair. Daniel at 28 would understand this dynamic, and his fast public blessing hints he sees permanence, not a casual fling. He watches how projects and lives mesh, and if he thinks it is stable, he will back it openly. Industry respect can change opportunities fast, and that matters for how serious people view a partner. When an actor shifts from tabloid stories to serious, offers others in the business take notice. As a producer, Daniel sees deals, casting, and brand moves up close, so his view is not only personal. He understands what changing offers mean, and that makes his public support more powerful. Therapy can change how someone handles family life and private stress. If Pamela has worked on her patterns, that would show in calm private moments, and people who spend time with the family would see it. Small acts like honoring Natasha's memory, stepping back on the red carpet, and joining family dinners add up into real trust. Friends and relatives notice these gestures, and they speed up acceptance. Shared plans like projects, travel, or property talks are signs of long-term thinking. When two people discuss big plans together, it points to a future beyond a short fling. Put these pieces together, and you get a pattern that looks planned and steady, and that is why an engagement before Valentine's Day 2026 feels possible. Age differences can work in favor at the stage of life when people choose stability over games. Experts often say older adults aim for real companionship, not chaos, and that can make a match more sustainable. This level of public, family, and industry approval often comes when many people in a circle have already discussed long-term plans. That is the exact moment when an engagement becomes more likely than not. Watch the social posts and premieres closely for any sign of a ring or formal plan.